Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Stephen Jarvis and Friends podcast featuring me, your host, Stephen Jarvis, and the greatest co host in the world, Mark Bensett. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good today.
We're also going to have Kyle Flett, who is also from his own podcast slash YouTube channel called Return of the Living Flett. Hopefully, I said his last name right. We're just waiting on him right now, so hopefully y'all enjoy this, and hopefully it works out.
Today's episode is going to be brought to you by Yancey Street Comic Book Store in Newport Richey, Florida. I put a link of his on our Facebook page. He's got a lot of great. He's got a big store. It's wonderful. He's been my comic book guy for 6 years, and anything I ever need or want, he gets me. Just go in there, talk to Steve, give him a call, email, whatever. He'll get back to you. He's really good at that.
And in some other news, we do want to say we do want to wish or give our condolences to the family at Christy Alley. She passed away recently after a battle with cancer. Evidently,
A brief battle.
yeah, very brief. She just had recently found out about it, and she will be missed. But yeah, we're just waiting on Kyle right now. Hopefully he'll be in here soon, so then we can get this going.
And today we're going to talk about top 10 horror serial killers, movie killers. If anything else,
And if y'all have your own list, more than happy, put it in the comments. We're happy to hear from you guys. Tell us, yeah.
about it. If you think we got number one wrong, tell us. And I'm going to bet one way or another, our top three are going to probably mirror one another one way or another. May not be in the right set, but it'll be there. Of course, some of mine are going to be interesting because I went to different ones than what normal. And then I got a few honorable mentions too. So that'll be good.
Oh. Also, if you have... Oh, here we go. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Not bad. How are you doing today, brother?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Dude, you're late.
Go ahead.
Well, for some reason that message just kept saying unavailable.
Yeah. That was the first time we ever ran into that part.
Yeah.
And then when I was trying to get on the stream, it was going slow. I'm like, come on, get me in here. But thanks for having me. I'm here now, and thanks for having me. And you guys are awesome. And I've been looking forward to this since.
Oh, you're awesome too, man. It's so humbling to have you back, to have you in our neck of the woods now.
And this was a great topic because I could put there's so many killers you could put on this list.
Right. There's no actual right or wrong answer. I mean, there are going to be people out there that are going to say, whatever our number one or our top five are probably going to be wrong. Everybody has their own. But you know what? This is about us. So that's what we're going to work on.
For sure. And then that's what makes it fun because I love that lists are all different too. So that's what makes it fun.
I think this is how we're going to do it. Since you are our guest, we'll have you go first. And Mark, if we want rock, paper, scissors, see who goes second.
No, I'll go last again.
Oh, well, I was last time, but...
Okay, well, then I'll go last this time.
Okay, so Kyle, start us off. Number 10.
I think my number 10 is Norman Bates from Psycho.
Oh, he comes out swinging.
Because Anthony Perkins is a phenomenal actor, and the way he portrayed Norman, and then when you see the showers kill scene, you think it's someone else watching for the first time. You think it's his mother. Then at the end, the way he kills his killers and that music that kicks in, and his mental illness he's got going on there, and the way he plays it. And at the end, you see him dressed as his mother. I'm like, frig, that's a great twist. And then his smile at the end, he acts like he's normal, and then he can go to evil. It's so good. And yeah, Norman Bates at number 10 for me.
Oh, my number 10. Coming off of Kyle's Norman Bates for his number 10. My number 10 is going to have to be Billy from Black Christmas. The way they set it up and not knowing who it is, it's just so amazing. It was who did it the whole time. And then finally, when you figure out who actually is the killer in Black Christmas, it's just, and I'm talking about the original, folks. I'm talking the 1974, I think, is when the original came out. We're talking about the original. We're not talking about that Blumhouse remake or the other remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't care for the Blumhouse one, really.
But
your turn, Mark.
All right. Now, mine, I'm doing this because, well, most people don't like him, or people like him, but he just went further down my list, and that's Pennywise.
Pennywise the Clown. Yeah.
Who's your favorite Pennywise?
See, I got both of them that I like. I really do, because to me, Tim Curry had that simple, clown, scary type, and then you have, the new one, and you're like, okay, they both have their own, so they're both there.
Yeah, they're both good. They had their own take on the character, and I thought they did an amazing job with both of them.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that hell of a character role. I mean, Tim Curry, he did it in the mini series where in the remake it was more of 2 movies, where the original Tim Curry one was pretty much just a TV series, kind of like what they did with Salem's Lot.
Right. And I couldn't, either one, they did such a good job for their time. Yeah, I think that they both deserve it on that list.
Your turn, Kyle. Number 9.
My number 9 is the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, there we go. Ooh.
Because the first one, I still think is the best Creeper from the first film. He's at his best. He's very creepy. The makeup is my favorite in that truck. The way he drives the truck at the beginning just creeps you out. Man. But I think one of the iconic scenes when they catch him throwing bodies down that pipe and he stares at him. And that's an intense scene. And then you find out he can fly.
Yeah.
You can never get away from him.
Yeah, I love that they did it in not too far from my house. Yep. They did it all on a stretch road, all by my house. Or not by my house, about 40 minutes away from here.
That's very cool to know that.
Oh, yeah, man. God, my number 9. I'm going to have to go with the owl from Stage Fright. And if a lot of you don't know what Stage Fright is, it's because it's such a...
I never even thought about animals.
Well, no, the guy wears an owl
mask. Well, I know, but that never even crossed my mind on that part.
Oh, yeah. The serial killer.
Okay, yeah.
But just the way they did that movie, the guy breaks out of a mental asylum, I think is how it happened, and then he goes to this where all these actors are on the stage, and they're locked in with him, but they don't know he's the killer. So it's just, and he's killed the guy that's originally supposed to wear the owl fucking thing. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen Stage Fright yet, do yourself solid and go watch it. It is one of the greatest. That is my number 9. Mark, what's yours?
Mine's simple. Like I said, I wrote a list out the other day, and well, Kyle, we were thinking alike. Jeepers Creeper, the Creeper, just knowing what he could do. Now, I'm not even talking about the first one. I like the second one too, because there's a few different reasons, but I mean, some of his kills, and knowing that he only wanted to go after certain people that he would kill, and what he wanted from him, and it just, he was definitely frightening a little bit there.
Yeah,
and there's no way in hell that I would pick the new Jeepers.
No, the third one was a letdown. I haven't
And
seen
then
the new one
and then the
yet.
fourth one's even worse.
The fourth one is not good at all. I did not like it, and I would have told you to watch it, but you know what? It disappointed me.
The trailer looked so good, but now that you guys are saying that,
yes, they made the trailer look good, but then the whole movie was a letdown. Being in New Orleans for one, and then he just happens to the way that they did it. It's just you would look at it and start yelling at the TV saying you did it wrong.
yeah.
And they originally were supposed to have the real Whorehound in there, but they went without them because Whorehound was going to have control over that. But then they decided to go to do their own route and do the Whorehound into a carnival, and then now Whorehound's mad at them for doing that because that's not Whorehound what's in the film.
No, like I said, you would be if you ever watch it, you're going to understand what we're talking about. It's just downright disappointing altogether.
The story, nothing wrong with the story. It's just how the production value looks and just cheap acting.
It looks cheap.
Cheap.
So it was pretty much phoned in.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
And it could have been great because it was separate from the
right. They could easily have went off of this one to do another one, but with it doing so poorly, I don't see them ever doing it.
No, because nothing has come close to the first two at least.
I think if Blumhouse ever got their hands on it, it might and redid it well.
I take care of it properly.
I
think it'd be better, but I think you
Maybe.
need a. Look
what they did. Look what they did to Firestarter. They did not do a good job with that one.
Yeah, but the one thing about like a lot of Stephen King's shit is that okay, we may not like it, but if Stephen King's like, better than what the original one was, they're gonna go with.
I didn't even hear his intake on this one.
That's like he hated the original Shining. He liked the movie TV, the one they did in the 90s. Which is so stupid.
Could you imagine what Carpenter would have done with the Firestarter? He was the original director for Firestarter.
Yeah.
Now, we'll talk more about that one.
Number 8, Kyle.
Number 8?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Pearl from X and Pearl.
Oh, shit. I haven't even seen that one yet.
I think it's based on...
Yes.
Pearl. It's based on Mia Goth's phenomenal performance, especially in X. She could play the older Pearl.
Oh, yes, she was awesome in X. But Pearl, that was a little bit more. I'm like, okay, well, it's an origin, so I understand. Now I can't wait for the next one.
Especially my favorite part in Pearl though is her monologue scene because it sticks on her. That whole monologue scene she does, that is phenomenal.
If you haven't, Steven, if you haven't watched X yet, watch that one and then watch Pearl because that's how it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah,
and she plays two roles in X as well. So.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, it was. The first one, I was like, okay, we'll see how this one works, and I'm like, I didn't see some of these characters doing what they did, and then knowing that, knowing who the killer is and stuff like that, and then watching Pearl, finding out, how sick and demented she really is, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 8 for me, the Firefly family. House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta include them.
Oh, I wish I could play that song. This is the house. You get what you get.
Yeah, when I watched that series, I sat back one day and I said, okay, I'm going to watch it because I never watched it before. I watched it. I'm like, okay, now I got to find the next one and then the next one. And it was like, it was well done.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorites that he done.
If he would have stopped at that series, he'd be one of the greatest directors ever in grindhouse cinema. But no, he had to go fuck it all up.
Well, some directors do weird things. You know how that is. They don't all stick to their script on how they work.
I mean, just the way that baby Firefly plays the sexy character, and then she gets you with that sex appeal, man. And then you're fucked.
Yeah, of course.
And then Otis.
That's a lot of women.
Yeah. Oh,
they catch in.
That's what happens when you get married.
Hey, I've been married a long time, so
Yeah, your wife's still planning it.
Shh! Don't tell people.
Especially live.
Mark.
Okay, mine's a uh, a 2-for-1 deal. My friends here from Silent Night, Deadly Night, Billy and Ricky,
Billy and Ricky.
because you can't have the second part without the first part in it, and they go together. And well, I'm always going to remember, Billy coming through the front door saying, "Here's Santa," and then sticking the girl up on the, sticking her up on the uh, deer
Antlers.
antlers and sticking her through her boobs and chest. Oh, I think the chest, not the boobs.
Yeah.
But and I mean, just the way that movie was set up, and then Ricky coming along and just helping along, even though he didn't get to kill the nun until part 3. I like it. I've always have liked it, even though it's still a low budget, but it works.
I still like in the second one where Ricky's walking down the road and he sees the garbage guy. Garbage day.
Yep.
God, that is perfect, like bad acting. But
if you ever want your kid to not like Santa Claus, perfect movie.
Yep. 100%.
Number 7, Kyle.
So my number 7 is The Killer from The Burning.
Oh, Madman Marks.
If you guys ever watched it.
Or no, that was Cropsey, wasn't it?
Something like that. It was The Burning that Tom Savini
got. It was based on the Cropsey urban myth, yeah.
Because they pay a prank on him and he actually gets burned. But that I still love the iconic scene when he comes out of the
water.
That, what do you call that boat? The canoe, and he comes out, and that is Thomas Savini's some of his best work
I don't remember it.
And it's such a, and then
it's on YouTube, I'm sure.
Probably, just like everything else.
Definitely an underrated. It's one of the best summer camp movies ever. In that score,
they even got the guy from God, what is his name? He's the one guy from Seinfeld.
Jason Alexander was his first film.
Jason Alexander, yes. He is in that movie, and you can't even fucking recognize him. But it's so cool the way he plays that character.
Oh, yeah.
People watch this and be like, God, Steven, calm it down a little bit.
I just love the way that killer looked too, his makeup, how he was burning.
Oh, hell yeah. Savini, Tom Savini knows where it's at. Okay, so my number 7, another, I think Savini might have had something to do with it. If he didn't, sorry, Tom. But Angela Baker, Sleepaway Camp series.
You have a thing for that series, don't you?
Oh, dude, it is such an underrated series.
I need to watch
the first one. At least is underrated. The other two,
I need to watch the second one to actually realize what because the first one, I already knew what the ending was beforehand, but I'm like, okay, I want to see what this one's all about. But again, it's a whodunit type thing, so yeah.
Especially if I think it works when you don't even know anything about the film.
Right.
That's what really makes it good, especially her face at the end.
Now, if they tried to do that nowadays with the whole transgender killer, it wouldn't even make it to the theater. Because she's a boy in the first one.
Well, I don't know about that, but we won't talk about that right now.
No, I'm just saying.
It would probably make it to the theater. It'd probably make it more than anything. But that's the way.
I just don't think you could remake it the way that.
No, I don't think so neither. No. But somebody would try and.
But yeah, that's my number 7, Angela Baker, and then of course, going from Felicia Rose in the first one to Pamela Springsteen, the sister of Bruce Springsteen, in the second two. If they could ever make that series come back and then put her back in there and make it a comedy like they did in the later two, perfect. Mark, you're number 7.
Oh, Victor Crowley.
Oh yeah, Kane Hodder.
Just once I watched the first one, I had to keep watching them, and then when the movie, when the newest one came out, it was like, okay, I had to watch that one, and it was the first one was well put together. I thought a little bit low budget, but as they went on, they got better with their budget. But just having him play a different character than just Jason was also great too.
Yeah, definitely.
And
number 6,
7, I think. Or are we both 7?
6.
6.
6.
Okay, 6. That was also mine for 6. Victor Crowley.
Jesus.
Well, I also love Victor Crowley, but I think he looks the best in 3 not from how he looks.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
But my favorite of the Hatchet movies is 2 for my reasons. But I do love all the Hatchet movies. Just the way it brought Kane to even more heights.
Yeah.
And he got to play in that in those. He's also got to play more parts than just one. He also played the dad, and and it worked out good.
Yeah, Adam Green really got to show Kane how Kane can really act.
Right.
And he got to cry, and
rather than just calling Jason a pussy and Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, really got to show how Kane can really act besides him just killing. But and Victor Crowley was a great surprise too, because they kept that a secret.
Yeah.
So that was a good surprise, and it was a good return. And Victor Crowley was, and just the way he kills people, he's messy. You don't want to come face to face with him on your own, because you're gotta be ready.
Yeah, it made me not want to go into the bayou.
Oh, I'm not going no swamp.
Oh, come on. Gotta go for some bayou. All right. My number 6. God. Number 6. Can't do that one because that would be kind of an Leatherface. Leatherface. Just with the way that how cool they did it at first with the very first one, and then when they did the second one, they made it into kind of like a comedy aspect, and then after that, it just got lower and lower budgeted out into the point where it killed it off.
I didn't like the last movie
that
they did.
No.
I thought, putting them on a bus with a chainsaw and killing all those people was sort of a letdown for me. It was a lot of kills. It got them a lot of kills, yes, but it was a letdown for me. I like the one before that because
3D.
Yeah, because it had his cousin in it, and she was just gorgeous. So
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Your number.
Oh, come on! She had that shirt that that stayed right there that never came open.
Yeah,
I want to know how that happened.
And I will say quickly, Gunnar Hands is still my favorite Leatherface.
Yep, Gunnar.
Just the way he plays him.
Mark.
Oh,
R.I.P. Gunnar.
I put Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky.
I put Chucky because, for being a doll and being able to kill all those people the way he does is just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then in the TV series where he takes the chainsaw and splits the woman in half, well, that was awesome to have on TV.
Yeah, it's amazing they were able to do that kind of stuff on TV.
I have that on my Peacock list now, Mark.
Yeah,
I just gotta sit down and watch it.
After you get through the first couple episodes of Chucky's season 1, it goes faster and it picks up.
Kyle, you're number 5.
Yeah, again, we match, but my next is Chucky.
Shit.
But one of my favorite parts is because Brad Dourif is just phenomenal as Chucky. That laugh and the way his one-liners. one of my best parts of Chucky's in the first when you don't see him talk at all, but when Aunt Maggie was about to burn him, he's like, and he goes off his famous rant that he does, "You stupid cow, care to mess with me." But it's just what makes it Chucky, the way he looks, and I love each look changes for each film. It's just Brad Dourif, the way he just that laugh.
If they ever tried changing him out of that and put him some, a different voice, it wouldn't be the same.
No,
and having his daughter in the later movies with him, doing her, I mean, she's got that same laugh.
Yeah.
And it was smart getting her in as Nika. That was just perfect genius casting right there. So
yes.
Yeah.
But Chucky's just phenomenal.
Oh, number 5. This might seem weird because you don't really see him do any of the kills, but Damien from The Omen.
See, I was going to put him on the list, but I have a Damien in real life that's, sort of psychotic, so I left him off the list.
But number 5, I don't care. Damien, Omen. I love that series. I mean, the remake was okay. The fourth one was about a little girl, so it's like.
No, I'll agree with you there.
But from starting off as a little kid, and then he goes into military camp in the second one, and then he goes to, being the position that his adopted father had, I think, and almost he's an ambassador in the third one. I mean, how much better could you do? But I mean, the third one was still kind of a letdown with how they ended it. But Mark, you're number 5.
Leatherface.
That's a good one.
I figure, he's been around, one of the longest serial killers, horror killers, whatever. He should be up there pretty high.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave him that.
Awesome.
Number 4, Kyle.
I'm going with Freddy Krueger.
At 4?
I have other ones that are higher that but I could have them higher, but there's a couple ones that are higher.
That's fine, man.
But I just love Freddy Krueger, especially Robert Englund, especially when he had Scary Freddy in the first two. And it is scary to know that you can actually die in your dreams. If you die in your dreams, you actually die.
Yeah.
But I just love the way Robert portrayed him. I love Scary Freddy because later on in the films he becomes more one-liner Freddy, and he just comes a joke after a while.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
You know what I mean? Even though he was still good in 3, it's just one later down he starts.
It sort of helped along with the little jokes that he put in there and try to make it a little bit funny, but then again, it's about
the writing. The writing wasn't there,
right? But when you live on Elm Street when you're younger, and then your parents or your mom lets you watch the movie, you get scared pretty quick.
Oh yeah, and that's why I thought it was cool when we got New Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. He was scary again, and he was still doing his one-liners, but scary at it. And
I like that.
That's why I'm excited for Dylan's New Nightmare. What Dave McRae is going to be bringing. Yes, that makeup is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
Oh hell yeah!
I know Dave will definitely love to come on. I know he has a busy schedule, but he wouldn't say no. He will let you know. He'll be a good guest to come on. Get Dave.
Hell yeah! My number 4, Ghostface.
Which one?
The first 2, Billy and Stu.
Yeah, they're right.
And the funny thing about it is they make it so blatantly obvious who the killer is, but yet you're
except before
you don't know who they are. That's
when
how
you
blatant it is.
when you first watch it, you're looking through it, but you don't look at the points of who's the killer, who's the killer. You're just watching it, and then when you watch it back, you're like, oh, wait a minute, there you could tell, or there,
Yeah.
right?
Well, Stu, when they're sitting at the fountain talking about Casey and her boyfriend being murdered, he tips it off right there.
My my favorite one is right after when they get done stabbing each other, and he's talking to Nev Campbell. Did you really call the cops? You bet your ass I did. Oh, my parents are gonna be pissed.
And what worked into that scene before that, when it was improvised, because the skin that was so bloody on the hands. Skeetwood wasn't meant to throw the phone at him. It was just because it was so sticky, but he accidentally hit him, and so that's why Matthew improvised that line. You hit me with the phone, dick.
Matthew Lillard is such an underrated actor. He's one I would love to have on this podcast. He's another one I would love to have.
There's still time.
Podcast. I know. And he probably would too. He's such a down to earth guy.
Message him on Twitter. He'll answer you eventually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I'm not done. I'm far from done trying to get guests on here.
Your number 4, Mark.
My number 4 is Art the Clown. Terrifier.
Comes with that home run swing. Well,
you can't go wrong. I mean, even though the first one, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
But the kills alone are well worth him being in the top 5.
That is true.
And splitting the woman in half, and then part 2, I don't want to give too much away because some people probably still haven't seen it. But what he was doing to the girl in the bedroom, he just psychotic.
I see you guys getting some trolls in the chat. You guys could always make me a moderator of your live chat so I can help you guys out in there.
I don't see anything, so
it's on my end. I can see it.
Yeah, I just blocked them.
Good.
Yeah.
If you guys ever want me a moderator in your live chat, I can handle that for you during your live stream.
Yeah, just message me on how to do that, and I'll do that for you.
Yeah. I'd like to see what they're saying too, but I don't know why it's not showing up over here.
It was stupid. They weren't really saying anything. It was just fucking
69 life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your number 3, Kyle.
Art the Clown. And It was so cool. I got to interview David Howard Thornton a couple weeks ago or so.
Lucky bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go to that Comic-Con that he's gonna be at, Mark. And
hey, I put it on Facebook. You read that, right? I put that on Facebook. Told him I'm waiting. I won't get him.
I swear to God,
Mark, you will. Just keep on pushing it.
If you come back and tell me that you did not get him,
hey, I gotta pay. I gotta pay to get the autograph, so I'm gonna get the autograph.
And it's just the way David portrays him, because it was a different actor in All Hallows Eve, but the way David took him over, it is difficult to try to be scary without saying anything. The way his face expressions, especially the restaurant scene, it's the things that he does to his people.
It's the look on his face when he's stabbing the girl, and he's just like this.
And who the heck strips naked at a laundromat?
Oh yeah, exactly. That was also the funny part. He strips naked out of his outfit and puts it in the washer, and he's waiting this whole time. And then there's this little girl that's all freaky. I'm like, wow. I think she freaked me out more than he did.
I just think there's a couple more films, and he'll definitely be iconic for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him in the
They don't screw him over. As long as they keep going with the rate they're going.
If they keep it the way the first 2 Terrifiers are,
and
not let a studio take over, it would be just fine.
I can't wait to see him in the Mean One.
Oh yeah, the Mean One. I never thought I was going to see a slasher horror Grinch, but when I found out he'd be playing him, and I seen the trailer, it looks funny.
It looks like Jim Carrey as the Grinch again. just like the look.
Sort of, yeah.
My number 3 is kind of a two-parter. The first one, Freddy Krueger. Gotta go with Freddy Krueger. And I don't care if people like the remake, whatever. You can easily make another movie with Robert Englund. Get him to do the voice. Record the voice. That's all you need. They did it with Nick Castle, with Michael Myers, with the breathing. Simple as that, people. And my second one now, and this is a Canadian horror movie, My Bloody Valentine, and God, what is his name in that one? Hold on one second, folks. I gotta look that one up. Harry Warden. Harry Warden being the original miner in that one, but then it's Axel at the end. And then in the remake, they kind of screwed up the whole story, but
I like the remake too. That one wasn't bad.
For kill wise, it was good.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, technically, it was just basically a continuation of the first ones.
Yeah.
But
it was
yeah,
still
the kill
decent.
wise, that was pretty good.
It was still a good remake. Yeah, it definitely was.
But those are that's my number 3. Them two. Mark, you're number 3.
My number 3, Steven's going to argue with this one, but it's Michael Myers.
3?
Yep.
3?
Yes.
Okay, he is not there anymore. You may see a guy there. He is not there anymore. 3.
Hey, I got let down from the last movie. Sorry.
So what?
He didn't
That's
get as many.
Michael Myers. I mean, if you're gonna friggin' hate on any Michael Myers, hate on the ones that Daniel Harris was in.
Hey, the fourth one was good.
The fourth one was good. It's just the other two that got screwed up.
Well, like I said, people may disagree, but
Oh, that's like a hit. That's like a kick in the nuts right there. Oh. But I do agree with you on that ranking. I mean, if we're going by Halloween Ends alone, yeah, three helps. Old Man Myers worked for like 2 films, and that was it.
Right.
But my problem was, I'm like, that's the same Myers that killed everybody in Kills. Now you're gonna let some jackass take his mask.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what we were talking about. He wrestled him down, took his mask, and he didn't do shit about it.
No.
Yeah, and it just looked like a Benny Hill skit going back and forth.
Yeah.
You're number 2, Kyle.
Mine is Jason Voorhees. So okay. I just, it's the reason why I love slashers in the first place besides Myers. But number two is Jason Voorhees. I just love that each film has their own unique look and played by awesome people that did their own interpretation on Myers. I did love Sake Jason Part 2, and then when Richard Brooker, when he first gets the mask, especially when he kills that girl, this nonchalant walks away, just goes on with his day. But in 4, Ted White, and my favorite look of Jason is Part 7, that what Buechler did with it.
Right.
And even when Kane took over the role, he brought something unique to Jason with his breathing and what he did. And I just love Jason Voorhees. He's just a killing machine, and I just can't wait. Hopefully we can get a new film with him at some point here, especially with the TV show. So
yeah. Mark is gonna hate me for this one, but I gotta agree with Kyle. I gotta go Jason too. Not only because Jason, but there was actually another movie with the guy that wore a sack on his head, and he's also kind of tied with Jason in that it's a true story. The Town That Dreaded Sundown, The Phantom Killer, based on the Texarkana murders.
Right. Well, I'll give you that one.
I didn't know where to put him in there because it's a one-off movie. So it was kind of like, where are you going to put him in there? But yeah, I got to go with 2 on that one as well. My number one's gonna be obvious, but Mark, you're number two.
Freddy.
God damn,
I
you
think-
got him at two. That is pretty good. I mean,
I put Freddy at 2 because
Yeah.
I believe that he has more kills than
yeah.
Michael Myers.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, Michael originally didn't have to be the like Jason in them. He pretty
Right.
much was very strategic in his kills.
Right.
And then because of what happened with in the 80s and the slasher genre getting bigger, then that's when they decided to go that route.
Yeah,
But-
but I'm still saying that's one of the reasons. Plus, again, he scared the shit out of me when I was little. So that's enough for me.
Oh, I agree with you
Yeah.
on that. Kyle, number one, your first
And-
overall draft pick.
My number one, and it was my second horror film, and is the reason why I love these films in the first place. And I'm only basing on the original film, not how he killed. It's just the way he was portrayed was Michael Myers, but with Nick Castle portraying him. If you didn't know why he killed, which I wish they would have stick to that instead of trying to explain everything, because he was scarier than that. And and what's scary to stuff, Myers, it's not just Myers, the shape itself could be its own type of character. Because I always thought it was the shape that took over Myers.
Well, that's why whenever he put on the mask, that was the shape, is what I got out of it. Because in the credits, they had Michael Myers, and then
I believe that's what that book said too.
Yeah.
The Taking Shape. Have you read both books?
Yep.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
we both bought those.
Yeah, I bought them, and then I told Mark to buy them, and
They're incredible books. They really go into detail.
Oh yeah.
So, and just the way you never know why he was going after Laurie, just the way Nick Castle betrayed him. I do, especially
just that walk
and his setup, the way he would turn when he kills Bob, and
Mark told me to watch this. Okay, my number one, Michael Myers as well, because he is the king. He may not have all the kill. Well, I mean, he probably does now with the way the trilogy and all that went. He's probably got a few up on Jason, but that's because Jason's been locked up in some bullshit. We all agree that it is. But Michael Myers single-handedly inspired one of my favorite wrestlers. And Mark knows who I'm talking about.
Undertaker. Right?
Undertaker. When Mark told me, he's like, okay, Steven, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Listen to his interview that he does on Broken Skull Ranch. And when he said that the reason why he would sit up the way he did was because of Michael Myers and how scared he got. Oh, I love that.
I knew right away where he got the sit up from, even before that interview.
I didn't even think about it. I just thought that that's what he did. And then all of a sudden when he did that, it was just like, wow.
I think Mark Calloway would be a great person to talk to. If you're ever going to interview a wrestler,
I'd love to pick his brain.
Him and Ric Flair would be pretty cool. Steamboat, Sting. But
a lot of the older ones.
Yeah,
I love Michael Myers in the first one because he didn't need any extra shit. He didn't need the, Laurie's his sister. Now he's got to go after his niece bullshit. He didn't need that.
He definitely didn't need the cult.
No, he didn't need the cult. He didn't need the fucking tattoo bullshit. If you would have just kept, and you didn't even need to know why he was doing what he was doing.
That's
you
why
already got the reason from Loomis early on in the film. He was simply purely evil. He had the devil's eyes. Like that's not hard.
And that would have separated all the slashers. So.
Yeah, you don't even need to know his middle name.
Audrey.
Right, but we get that anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. I do. I just
that's
but the thing, like I say, is I love the franchise as a whole, but just think how Michael Myers would be looked at if they just did one movie and then waited until like the 40th anniversary and then did what they did now.
Well,
I mean, it would not be as convoluted as it is, because now whoever picks it up next, you're gonna have to you can't go old man Myers anymore. You can't use Lori anymore because supposedly Jamie Lee Curtis is let's do air quotes here, done with it. She's signed a piece of paper which she can easily fucking say, "Oh, well, I changed my mind. I want to come back."
And there's a certain 45th convention next year that's going to be announced. That I wonder if you guys will go to it. The 45th Halloween convention. So
I
Where's
mean,
it
if
going to be at?
yeah,
Where's it at?
I'm not sure, but once
probably in Chicago.
I'll send it to you in Messenger once I find out. But you guys should get Sean Clark on for an interview at some point.
Yeah. Well, Tony Moran, he's gonna be at the Minnesota Con, which I might end up going because they got James O'Barr, who wrote the Crow comics, going. They have a lot, and they have
Give me a list. Give me a list, and maybe I can send you money to get autographs.
Yeah, they have the gremlin that you have behind you, Mark.
Yeah,
the guy who voices those gremlins is gonna be at Minnesota Con.
cool.
Gremlins when they're all partying in the bar there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But just bare bones Michael, that's all you needed. Nick Castle, Dick Warlock did pretty good in the second one. I'll give it that.
Here's what would have made more sense for Laurie worrying about Mars if he wasn't captured in 78 and he was still out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With how he's just disappeared on Loomis, it would have made more sense if he was just out there, not when he was in prison for her.
Right.
But the one thing that I gotta say that I loved about the trilogy is the way they nailed the fucking flashback scenes and kills.
That was the best part of kills, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted more.
That felt like
I like the flashbacks. They helped out to bring the story together.
Especially the way they did the mask. And oh my god, whoever picks up that series, get that actor. That actor knew exactly how to fucking walk like Michael, knew the movements, all that shit.
Hey, Alyssa, Steven's getting excited over here.
Yeah, she's watching.
And props to Christopher Nielsen doing the practical effects on Loomis in that flashback scene.
Yeah.
And you don't need another Loomis. Let Donald Pleasance be Loomis. End it there.
But I just thought it was cool they did a tribute for him. And
yeah.
If the trailer didn't spoil that would have been an amazing surprise.
But the way, like, when they showed the start of the flashback and, like, the music, and then you just see Michael just nonchalantly walking, it's just...
How would we got more of that in Kills? Half the film, and they just go back and
forth. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't we get more flashbacks? But for what we got... It was amazing.
I think it would have been expensive for them just to keep it going.
Yeah. You never know.
Mark, your number one draft pick.
All right. This actually has two people.
Okay.
Here we go.
Because without one, you can't have the other.
Okay.
Pamela and Jason Voorhees.
Nice.
You think about it. In the first one, nobody ever thought it was going to be a female serial killer.
Well, that was new.
Yeah, very new.
That was very new.
And then to come to find out in the second one, her son's not dead, that he's alive and he's going after for revenge. And then, I mean, if you know me, anything Friday the 13th, I pick up, all my figures, comic books, all that, he's always going to be top for me, even though he's been again locked up and just nicely been released to the world again. I just can't wait to see what they can do with them. And as long as they do it right and not go back to, I know that they're going to have to put them back in the world, but I think that's what the TV show is going to do.
Yes, definitely. And I know it's the guy who's doing Hannibal. He did an amazing job with that series, so hope he can do the same thing with this one.
Oh,
you know, one thing now that you talk about Pamela, if they do it right, wouldn't it be cool that when the first season of that show comes out, all those things that happened before she went on the killing spree in 1980, where like the water got poisoned, when the truck guy's telling Annie about all the shit
Right.
that was happening before. Show that. Like, put that in the
I
TV
think that's
series.
probably what's going to end up happening. But they're still going to have to. I still think that they're going to have to flash forward and flash back, because
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to do that all in ever how many seasons that they're going to give it.
Well, I mean, if you do a 10-episode season, you could get it in there, depending on how long these episodes are. I mean, on Peacock, you could have it be an hour-long episode.
Well, they're going to be hour long, yes, but most of the time Peacock gives them about what, eight or 10. So
well, this could be different.
And I think
mean,
this
we
is
never got the full thing about what's going on.
I think this is a
Right.
great way to reintroduce everyone to the franchise, even
Yeah.
to new people. And then I think this really sets up for a movie to happen. Just let it
Like-
build
yeah,
the
I
story
think that's
first.
what's going to. I believe that's what's going to end up happening, anyways. Even though that they still, if you look on some of the websites for movies coming up next year, they have a place for Friday the 13th in
I know
October.
about stuff. Can't
October,
say.
Friday the 13th.
I would be very shocked, but
Well,
you
so
know,
would I. But you know how that works, you know.
yeah. I mean, that would be the best. If that is true, that will go down as the best kept fucking secret in all of fucking Hollywood.
Well, they did a good
Think
job
about
at
that.
keeping it quiet for the TV series, and
Yeah, they
how they released the clues a little bit. You know, it works out that way. But I can't wait to see how. I really can't wait to see the series.
Yeah. We all as horror fans, and I want to stress this to anyone that's going to watch this, we all want a movie. But this is huge. Getting anything with Jason going to be in it is anyone that's sitting there going like, why are we getting a TV show?
Wow.
I'll be the first one to tell that person, fuck you. Because you know what? This is going to start that. We will get back to the movies. It's right now we got to have that slow build.
I wish we would have got it before this all got, all the legal crap got involved. I wish we would have got the TV series then.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't, because I seen a lot of stuff about it, but I think that they would have got
really
halfway
good,
through with it and had to stop.
Yeah, and I think it's because now that fans been waiting for 13 years, this is definitely the right time to do it now, because it's Jason and Freddy are ready to get back out there. So hopefully Freddy can get something done too as well.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything else on Freddy in a while.
Heather Landekamp, she wants to come back.
At one time I heard that Robert Englund wanted to do it one more time, but then things changed, and then
he wants to do the voice. He can't. He's already said that he can't do the stunts, which, like we said,
get a stuntman.
Yeah, get a stuntman to do it. I mean, Michael Myers was portrayed by a stuntman for so many years. The guy that fell off the balcony as Michael Myers just recently passed away. I would have loved to have him on the podcast just to be like, how did you not shit your pants falling backwards?
Oh, it's amazing what stuntman people can do.
Oh,
especially when
they got stuff to bounce them, that they bounce off of.
Especially Dick Warlock in 2. I know you can tell he's wearing a safety thing, but still, he's still golfing fire. That's still crazy to do because
he still got burned.
I mean, check out Jason Brooks. He told us how he broke his ribs.
Yeah,
doing his own stunt, doing that, getting hit by the vehicle.
I mean, look at the shit Kane Hodder went through,
and he was burned, and he still did his fire stunt.
Yeah. I mean, Kane Hodder, when he went up again in 7, when he went up against Lar Park Lincoln's character in that, just getting hit and then, of course, falling backwards like that could have went so wrong.
So with the roof scene, because he actually had a roof fall, and that could have went so wrong too.
But after he fell down the stairs, he got up and said, "Let's do it again." He did it, like, I believe I read about 8 times before that they had to tell him no.
You could tell he almost hit his head when he falls back.
Yeah. I mean, just to do the way, and you don't see him flinch when he falls backwards. He just planks and goes down. It's like
that's a good actor that can do it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I will say this: the day that Kane Hodder passes away, if they haven't put him in another, if it's a video game, TV series, whatever, as Jason, then it'll be all for nothing, because he
I would
has
be, I
been
would
the
be,
best.
I would be disappointed if the next Jason is not him. Hell, I would, if it's not him, I'd go for Jason Brooks. He did a great job.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Brooks alone, hell, we could sit here and talk for hours probably
Yeah, come
about
on,
how much we
studios.
loved what they did. I mean, to have that level of commitment,
And
and you're not even getting paid to do it. Like, that's the thing. And he hurt his
I'm
rib.
sort of curious on on how much money that Vengeance and Vengeance 2 would have made in the theaters if they were able to go that route.
It would have
even
made
Roseblood.
millions.
Roseblood.
You've seen what Terrifier
Roseblood.
did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could just imagine. And I mean, I would love to have seen what that would have made.
And even Roseblood, because
Yeah,
because you got the original actors from Parts and the Return in that. So
yeah, I would love to have seen that one. I mean, just knowing what Peter Anthony and Jason Brooks, all of them, what they went through to do all this, and that they put their own money into it also, and how much they go into debt doing this, and knowing that they're not getting much out of it except for the fact that they're winning awards. They're getting good recognition though.
yeah,
Now
and
I'm very proud of all of them for what they've done.
for everyone
Very.
who made their own film,
Yeah,
because I hate the word fan film. I know they're why they have to use it, but to me, they're official films. They're still more passionate than ever studios ever did in the franchise, in my opinion, because these guys really love Friday 13 and what Peter
Well,
and all of them was able to do. You know what I mean?
You know why so many like Hollywood elites would look down on fan films? Because they're better than the films they make. They
And
are.
I know Dylan's New Nightmare is going to open eyes too, because
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I think
it's
it
going to
will.
open.
yeah.
I like
And
it.
I can't
Well,
wait
see,
to watch
I
that
like
one.
see the thing that I like about fan films is they know where to put their film in at and where they want to have it, instead of like Roseblood. It's what how many years after I forget.
Oh,
20.
Part 7.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
it's a long time after that one, but
Yeah.
how they did it and how they, I mean, it was just perfect. And then Vengeance, and then now the new Nightmare.
Yeah,
It's going to be I think it's going to be really good. I can't wait for that one to come out too.
Well, you know what, Kyle? I feel like we took up enough of your time. This was very humbling, man. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for having us on your show, and then also to come and be on our show. Anytime,
you're welcome.
bro.
Yeah, if
Anytime.
anytime you guys want me back on, just message me. I'll definitely love to come on, and I'll definitely love to bring
Oh,
you guys back
trust me,
on
we'll
my
have you
channel.
back on again.
Yeah,
And
we'll
then
have you back.
and I'll definitely have you guys back on my channel too. So
And we'll call it the trilogy of horror. No.
and
But everyone, that is Kyle Flett from Return of the Living Flett. If you guys haven't seen his channel, go on there, subscribe, like his content, and comment. He is such a great podcaster, reviewer, whatever he wants to call himself.
And he
He's
gives
great
some of
at
the
it.
best reactions to movies
Yes.
or
Yes,
reviews.
I wish he could show us how to do some of the stuff he does, because we'd probably. I mean, heck, you just got what, 1,000 subscribers?
no, not 1,000. I'm at 200.
200.
14.
Like, holy crap, bro!
Yeah,
Good,
17. Yeah.
right there, man. Good job.
Yeah, especially coming off, I lost 2 channels because of trolls. So, but this is my
Yeah.
3rd channel now. So I
Yeah,
know
I
I'll
think
get to. That 2,000 at some point down the road. So
But
we're
good
gonna
job,
have to
man.
have somebody as the moderator too, so that'll
Yeah.
work.
Yep, we'll add you as moderator.
sounds good. I'll teach you guys how to do that, because I would have to comment in the live chat, and then you would have to go to in the actual YouTube view, and then
Yeah.
click on my name and say moderator.
Okay.
And then after once this this thing goes on your channel, just send me the link and I'll share the YouTube everywhere with people who can see this.
Yeah, the only reason why we stopped live chatting or live doing it on Facebook is because one of my friends, he was making a comment on like he wanted to be a killer instead of being the victim, being killed by the killer, and Facebook
Went
threw him
down
in jail.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better just to do it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, YouTube and
so
Twitch.
we chose to do it this way.
And also, guys, go watch any of Kyle's stuff at Return of the Living Flett. Also, if you want to watch previous live streams, go to our channel at Steven Jarvis and Friends Podcast on YouTube or Twitch. We will put the links in on the fan group. You can also come over to the fan group. We will accept you as long as you're respectful, not a troll. And also,
Kyle, what do you have coming up?
Tomorrow I'm gonna be having a couple of guests on. We'll be talking about our top 80s horror moments.
damn,
And then
I might have to watch out.
And then I have a review of Wednesday coming up soon. And next, and then of course on next Friday, going to be having Carrie, Crave Cinema, and Katie from Pop and the Popcorn. We're doing our top 10 Christmas horror films. And
My Deadly Night better be up there.
Otherwise, there'll be a naughty list.
Mark's gonna watch that and he's gonna comment when you don't say Silent Night, Deadly Night, and he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna come on your podcast next time and rip you a new one."
But and I also will have other streams will be announced, so stay tuned for that. So
all right,
and
we'll
Alex
see you
Vincent
later, good sir.
And Alex Vincent from Child's Play will be coming on next year at some point. So
all right, we'll be
All right.
watching. But see you later, Kyle. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing night.
Have a good night.
You too.
Night. Okay, everyone. Time to hear those final words. But also, please subscribe, like the video, and also comment. With YouTube's algorithm, we do need the support. Thank you so much for the support that you have given us already. We couldn't have done it without you guys and gals. Thank you so very much. We love you all. Mark, go ahead.
On Tuesday, we're going to have another guest, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That would be what, 5 Mountain or something like that. I got to learn that shit yet. It's going to be
Mountain Time's before my time. It's an hour before me.
After you.
Before.
After. You're after me. You're after Eastern.
Yes, but Mountain Time would be, so there would be 9 o'clock. Here would be 8.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's how Mountain Time works.
9 and 9, 8 would be you, 7 would be Mountain, 6 would be whatever California is then.
Huh. Yeah, we'll have to look
some shit like that. Anyways, we're gonna have a Comic-Con or a comic or a horror con representative on call. His name is Gene, and I don't want to say his last name because I'm gonna butcher it. But he will be on 9 p.m. Eastern time and on Tuesday.
So yeah, come back next Tuesday to hear me and Mark talk to this HorrorCon representative. We can't wait. I mean, we're excited right now. You can't see it. Mark, when Kyle was going to be on here before, you guys should have seen it. He was about ready to jump out at the computer at me and choke me when I kind of said, "Hey, really? Michael Myers at 3?" But you know what? It is what it is. We love you guys and gals so very much. Keep up the amazing support. We're getting there. We couldn't have done it without y'all. So you know what? From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so very much. I'm Steven. That's Mark, and we're done.